everyone, and welcome to Spartan News Live in Spark Hill, New York. I'm Ali Arduini.
And I'm Greg Cordone.
And we're here to give you the latest in today's news. Tonight's top international story involves the increasing military presence of the Islamic group known as ISIS and their quest for statehood recognition within the Middle East. Video propaganda recently released by ISIS provides evidence for the group's acquisition of ground-to-air missile defense capability, as the newly circulated video features 3 different Iraqi helicopters being shot out of the sky by such equipment. The video also provides reason for the Iraqi Air Force's most recent significant losses, as military officials report the destruction of up to 15 of their most advanced helicopters within the last month of active battle. After President Obama's decision in late September to limit United States involvement in the conflict to an aircraft-only extent, news of the Islamic group's new capabilities will surely dishearten the many world leaders depending on American intervention to halt the group's swift advances. An emphasis on protecting the Iraqi aircraft has been implemented in recent military coordination with the United States, as tightened security has been noted in 2 of the country's most trafficked airports of Baghdad and Anbar. That's all for today's international news. Now let's head over to Lauren, who has some exciting news in music.
Thanks, Allie. Taylor Swift fans are all abuzz after the singing sensation debuted her brand new album, 1989, on Monday. The 24-year-old Shake It Off singer left her country roots behind and focused all of her attention on making sure this album was solely pop music. Taylor's 5th record is unlike any music she's recorded in the past. With memorable hits such as You Belong With Me and I Knew You Were Trouble, fans were anxious to hear 1989, but like always, Taylor didn't disappoint. Before releasing the album, she debuted 3 singles to give her fans a taste of what they could expect, leading her hit Shake It Off to remain at the top spot on Billboard's Hot 100 for several weeks. In an interview with Good Morning America, Taylor raved that 1989 was without a doubt the best thing she has ever done. She stated that she felt the need to change her sound, and she did just that. New tracks Style and Out of the Woods are speculated to be about ex-boyfriend Harry Styles, while Welcome to New York is fittingly about her major move to the Big Apple. There is a song on this album for everyone, and we look forward to see what it brings her in the upcoming months. That's all for Music News today. I'm Lauren Higgins. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Lauren. Just 20 minutes south of our Spark Hill studios, a man was recently diagnosed with the deadly Ebola virus.
Last Thursday, Dr. Craig Spencer was admitted into the hospital with a 100.3 fever after returning from West Africa, where he had worked directly with Ebola patients in the Doctors Without Borders program.
The 33-year-old has been out and about New York City in various public places before the diagnosis, causing the city's public to panic about potentially catching the disease themselves.
Governor Cuomo has assured New Yorkers that they would be safe, as he showed no obvious symptoms until he was in his Harlem apartment, where he contacted health officials. The disease can only be spread through direct contact with an infected person's bodily fluids.
Dr. Spencer is currently residing at Bellevue Hospital, where he has been receiving blood transfusions and antiviral medication. The transfusions, thus far, have been proven successful for the treatment of other American patients, and according to the Bellevue Hospital officials, Dr. Spencer is already looking better.
He does, however, remain in a serious but stable condition, and we wish him the best in a fast and healthy recovery. Now let's head on over to Tim with what's new in technology.
Thank you, Greg. With all the serious and dark news going on in the world these days, why don't we travel back in time a little bit? Remember those chat rooms, those things many parents didn't really want us using? Well, they're coming back, sort of. First off, for those of you that don't remember, a chat room is a place where people would go on the internet without using their real name or location and meet people with similar interests and start talking to one another. These were popular in the early 90s and early 2000s, while some people on them were questionable at times. These chat rooms were extremely popular and basically the social media of that time. Fast forward now to 2014, and Facebook has developed an app bringing these chat rooms to this generation. This will allow users to go on the app, create a room, post videos, text, and pictures for others to see. Facebook, which has had a strict real name policy in the past, says that they will be more lenient with this policy for this app, not requiring a real name. However, we'll still patrol the site for security purposes. And who knows, maybe next year those embarrassing screen names will come back to haunt us. What do you think, Greg? Think you'll be bringing back Greg Rocks 86?
Thanks, Tim Bob SquarePants. I'll be sure to PM you. Now, in other news, for anyone planning on visiting France, be careful and ready to face some bottled-up fears from your childhood because of a new trend of assault and terrorizing that has been occurring, with the assailants dressing as clowns. Now, complaints continue to soar in about the havoc wreaked by these armed clowns. Recently, on Monday, there were 2 incidents involving teens in clown garb attempting to attack a woman near Paris. The first was a 14-year-old teen who was apprehended, and the second involved two clowns, one armed with a fake axe, harassing a woman exiting her car. Now, luckily, these victims were not injured to any extreme extent. However, some prior occurrences were more serious, where a Montpellier teen clown hit a public bystander 30 times with an iron bar, earning him 4 months in prison. That same night, police arrested 14 teenagers dressed as clowns and carrying weapons in the Mediterranean port town of Agde. Even further north in this country, this circus torment phenomenon continued, where a 19-year-old Bethune resident received a 6-month suspended jail term for threatening passers-by, you guessed it, while dressed as a clown. Now, the French public has responded with people taking stances as anti-clown vigilantes. So what has caused Paris to morph into a Joker-ridden Gotham City? Social media challenges, popular YouTube prank videos, and showing terrifying clowns harassing people, and recent episodes of American Horror Story featuring Twisty the Killer Clown are just a few theories.
And now it's time for our special Halloween segment to ensure everyone is safe this weekend while they're out celebrating. It's that time of year again when we realize that gearing up for trick-or-treating has no age limit, especially for college students. While this time of year can be a great time of great fun with friends in it, it's not the time to let your guard down. We wanted to remind you to be careful and give you a few tips on how to have a successful Halloween night.
That's right, Allie. A big mistake that college students make is not traveling in groups. So remember that no matter how quiet the neighborhood or how small the party, it pays to stay together.
And don't forget that if alcohol is involved, it is important to find reliable transportation back to campus, being sure to keep 1 or 2 cab numbers in your phone. That will come in handy.
And if you're dressing up, don't forget to pick costumes that are suitable for movement, breathing in case of an emergency. Also, make sure your costume is weather appropriate and that Dad's not going to be too embarrassed by it on Facebook.
Again, those are a few tips to help you have a fun and safe Halloween night. Now let's head over to Angela to see our Halloween weather forecast for the weekend.
Thanks, Allie. As you mentioned, it's that time of year again, where we dress up in the most outrageous costumes and pig out on candy all day. That's right, it's Halloween. So let's take a look at what the weather has in store for us. Both Mischief Night and Halloween expect temperatures in the high 50s and at night into the low 40s. Saturday we see a chance of rain, but then the sun returns again on Sunday right through Monday. Temperatures staying near the low 50s and to the high 40s. It's getting colder at night, so make sure you have that light jacket with you to avoid catching a cold. I'm Angela Marchese with your Stack Weather, and I hope everyone has a safe and happy Halloween.
Thank you, Angela. As always, I'm Allie Arduini.
And I'm Greg Cordone.
Thanks for tuning in to Spartan News Live. We wish you a fun and safe Halloween night.
Spooky, scary.